So now I will show you spinning, the actual spinning on the Turkish spindle. You already know how to wind on and you tie your half hitch. When you spin, as I said earlier, I tend to spin clockwise, and when I ply, I go anti-clockwise. As far as I know, many spinners spin this way. You can go the other way, however, for example, you can spin anti-clockwise and then ply clockwise. Doesn't matter which way you do, as long as you are consistent and remember which way you went when you are plying. You need to make sure you ply in the opposite direction. So now I flick my spindle in clockwise direction, and then when I'm pulling out fiber, if you watch my hand, you can see in the one hand I'm pinching the fiber, and then in the other one I'm drafting. Okay, so there's not a lot of space. I'm sitting down, so I will walk back and wind on, and then we go again. Okay, over 2 and 1, over 2 and 1, over 2 and 1, over 2 and 1, over 2 and 1. Okay, and half hitch. There. It's like if you knit, it's like putting on a cast on, well, a backward loop cast on. All right, there we go. If you notice my hand, this one holding, twisting the spindle, when I'm actually spinning, this hand is here pinching before I draft. This hand holding the fiber, this is my drafting hand. So if you watch me, pinching, drafting, pinching, drafting. So you need to make sure before you draft there is no twist at all in your drafting, in the loose fiber, because the twist is what holds yarn together. If there is a draft, if there are twists in the drafting zone, you wouldn't be able to draft. Okay. Over 2 and 1, over 2 and 1, over 2 and 1. Okay. So I'll show you again. You see the drafting zone? This bit, that's the drafting zone. When I draft, there's no twist at all. And then when I let loose, you can see the twist going up, that holding the fiber together. Okay? Okay. There. This takes some practice, and I can show you a technique called park and draft that might make your life easier. Some people prefer this technique when first getting started. Some people don't. My husband, when I taught my husband to spin, he didn't like the park and draft. He just went with the drafting, and took some practice, of course, but it's just personal preference. Okay, next I will show you the park and draft.